Hey there. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Those videos you saw was from a 2-week stay in East Tennessee. I recently got back from. While I was there, I had big plans of going to Goodwills and antique stores and record stores in that area, about an hour around that area I was in. It didn't work out. I did make it to one Goodwill and one antique store, and it was a complete bust. But my hope was that I was going to find different types of things in East Tennessee as I do here in West Tennessee. I have, over the past few months, I have written down the 10 albums that I find the most, CDs, that I find the most in the wild, whether it be antique stores, thrift stores, or, like I said, I have one record store here that has a good CD mix. And then I'm also going to, after that, I'm going to list the 5 bands in general that I find all the time. And since I didn't get to compare West to East Tennessee, hoping that you guys can let me know what you find the most in your area, wherever you're at. I know Steve Harold and I talked a little bit about this over YouTube, and that along with this past couple weeks, I thought it was just time to go ahead and make this video. So I'm not gonna do a big, I'm not gonna ramble about each of these albums like I would normally do. I'm just gonna kind of list them, and maybe if I have a thought about them, I'll say it, but let's just get into it. So these are the 10 albums that I find the most in the wild. The Outfield, Diamond Days. I know Steve Harold, again, he likes Outfield, many of their albums. I'm only familiar with the first one, Play Deep. But boy, I tell you what, a lot of people bought Diamond Days because it's everywhere where I go in multiple stores. Eric Clapton, Pilgrim. Not only do I usually find this in every store I go to, but there's usually multiple copies. I don't like Eric Clapton. I think he is aggressively boring as an artist. So, I've never even been tempted to pick it up. So, again, in West Tennessee, so these next couple make a little bit of sense, but Big and Rich, country act, Coming to Your City, Lady Antebellum, Need You Now, Adele, 21, everywhere. In fact, Goodwill has it on their website, which they have a website now. They have an Adele 21 used CD, and it's like $20-something. So I don't know who's doing their pricing on the online section, but they're not doing it right. Another one I don't find any of his other stuff, only this one. But it's Billy Joel's Greatest Hits, Volume 1 and 2. Madonna, Ray of Light, one of her later ones, I guess. I think I'm familiar with a couple songs on it, but I can't even remember them right off the top of my head. Bare Naked Ladies, Stunt. I think that was their big album. Here's another one, just similar to Eric Clapton's Pilgrim. I always find multiple copies of this. And that's Lionel Richie, Hello from Las Vegas. I don't know if these things were bought in bulk and just dumped on the side of the road somewhere, but I find them always multiple copies, and they're always sealed. So, don't know what the story is there. Sarah McLachlan, or McLaughlin, I never can pronounce it right. Surfacing. I never see Fumbling Through Ecstasy. It's always surfacing every time, multiple stores. And the next one are just the bands. These are the bands in general that I find everywhere. In fact, 4 of these 5 it's kind of odd because they're such popular, influential bands. And I'm willing to bet that this, if that other list isn't common around the country with the specific albums, I bet these are pretty common everywhere. But the 5 artists / bands that I find, Garth Brooks, I find him usually almost his whole catalog, or I don't know how many box sets this man put out, but there are tons of them, and I'm usually finding multiple versions of the same one, up on the counters, and it's a crazy amount. But Bob Dylan, there's a store I go to where they have a whole row about 3 feet long dedicated to all Bob Dylan just used CDs. I mean, I understand why somebody would give them back too, but it's just odd to me. U2 and REM. The only thing with REM, I never see Murmur, or maybe a couple of their other early ones, but the majority of their discography is just, I can close my eyes and go to any store and grab something. I guarantee you it's probably going to be REM. And this 5th one, I don't understand this. I don't know if they have some kind of big following in Tennessee. It's a band that I have never heard one note of music from. And they're called The Corrs. Corrs. That may have been a mispronunciation. They're apparently an Irish band made of siblings. No idea, but everywhere I go, they're there. And it's usually, again, I don't know how many albums they have in their discography, but they're available here. So anyway, so I would be curious what common albums or bands that you find in your area, and what area are you at. So that's what we find in West Tennessee. So anyway, I appreciate you stopping by. If you like the video, please like. Even if you don't subscribe, even if you hate the video, just hit a like and then never come back. So I appreciate it. Talk to you later. Bye.